Shabnam is in a fix. She has a decision to make. I have two chapters left to revise for tomorrow's test. But it's time for my favorite टीवी प्रोग्राम. अब मुझे टेस्ट के लिए रिवाइज भी करना है और अब मेरा टाइम हो गया एक फेवरेट टीवी प्रोग्राम के लिए. आई एम डाइंग टू वॉच इट. बट इफ़ आई डू दैट आई वोंट हैव एनी टाइम टू फिनिश माई रिविजन. अगर मैं अपना रिविजन नहीं फिनिश करूँगी और अगर मैं देखने बैठ गई तो आई डोंट हैव टू डू इट. मतलब टीवी देखने का टाइम ही नहीं है क्योंकि उसे रिविजन करना है. Shabnam, why are you looking so worried? Asks mother. I want to watch this TV program but I have a test tomorrow. If you all watch TV, I will also want to watch. अगर आप लोग भी टीवी देखोगे तो मुझे भी टीवी देखने का मन करेगा और कल मेरा टेस्ट है so I have to prepare. So I have an idea. What if no one watches TV tonight? Then I may not be tempted. अगर कोई ना देखे टीवी तो मुझे भी देखने की इच्छा नहीं होगी. It's good thing I did not watch TV. There are so many questions from the last two chapters. फिर एग्ज़ाम लिखते हुए उसे याद आया कि अच्छा हुआ मैंने टीवी नहीं देखा because she revised the chapter. Similarly, the Constitution helps to protect us against certain decisions that we might take that could have an adverse effect on the larger principle. So now we can understand why there is rule, the strong. It is possible that many people who live in a democracy might come to strongly feel that party politics has come so acrimonious that we need a strong dictator to set this right. मतलब एक कोई सही होना चाहिए जो हमारे सब सुने. तो अगर गुड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है तो वो ये सारी चीज़ें अलाउ ही नहीं करेगा. एक बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर होगा जिसे स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना ही पड़ेगा. So we can understand why we need a constitution. Now we'll see key features of Indian Constitution. By the beginning of the 20th century, the Indian national movement had been active in the struggle for independence from British rule for several decades. आपको पता है कि इंडियन नेशनल मूवमेंट बहुत स्ट्रगल किया है फॉर इंडिपेंडेंस, ब्रिटिश से इंडिपेंडेंस लेने के लिए. During the freedom struggle, the nationalists had devoted a great deal of time to imagining and planning what a free India would be like. Under the British, they had been forced to obey rules that they had very little role in making. मतलब उन्हें वो स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना ही पड़ रहा था रूल्स और उनका रोल नहीं था वो लॉ मेकिंग में. The long experience of authoritarian rule under the colonial state convinced Indians that free India should be a democracy in which everyone should be treated equally. मतलब फ्री इंडिया में ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री होना चाहिए where every citizen must be treated equally and they all should be allowed to participate in government. What remained to be done then was to work out the ways in which a democratic government would be set up in India and the rules that would determine its functioning. This was done not by one person but by a group of around 300 people who became members of the Constituent Assembly in 1946. मतलब 300 people, they became the members of the Constituent Assembly in 1946 and they met periodically for next 3 years to write Indian Constitution. They all together wrote Indian Constitution. These members of the Constituent Assembly had a huge task before them. एक बहुत बड़ा टास्क था, challenging task. The country was made up of several different communities. So many communities are there in our country. They speak different languages. They belong to different religion, distinct culture. Even also when the Constitution was being written, at the time of writing Constitution, India was going through considerable turmoil. एक टर्न ओवर था उनके लिए. The partition of the country into India and Pakistan was imminent. Some of the princely states remained undecided about their future, and the socio-economic condition of the vast mass of people appeared dismal. There were many situations they had to see everything and they had to follow, think about it and write about the constitution. All of these issues played on the minds of the members of the constituent assembly as they drafted the constitution. As they had to draft the constitution, this all issues they had to focus on this issue. They rose to the occasion and gave this country a visionary document that reflects a respect for maintaining diversity while preserving national unity. The final document also reflects their concern for eradicating poverty through socio-economic reforms. एक poverty भी खत्म हो जाए, वो भी उनकी ऐसे इच्छा थी. उन्होंने सारी चीज़ें ध्यान में रख के constitution frame किया. Listed below are the key features of the Indian Constitution. While reading, keep in mind above mentioned concerns of diversity, unity, socio-economic reform, and representation that the authors of this document were grappling with. Now we'll see. First one is federalism. This refers to the existence of more than one level of government in the country. In India, we have government at the state level at the center. See, we have state governments and central government. Panchayati Raj is the third tier of government, and that third tier is Panchayati Raj. And you have read about this in class 6 book. We looked at the functioning of the state government in your class 7 book, and this year we'll read about the central government. Means आप पंचायती राज और उसके बारे में देख चुके हो. Now we are going to learn about central government system. The vast number of communities in India mean that a system of government needed to be devised that did not involve only persons sitting in the capital city of New Delhi and making decisions for everyone. Instead, it was important to have another level of government in the state so that decisions could be made for the particular area. While each state in India enjoys autonomy in exercising power on certain issues. See, हम देख सकते हैं कि every state it has autonomy, means उनके पास powers है so that it can focus on certain issues or subjects that is to be required. So the constitution contains lists that detail the issues that each tier of government can make laws. वो constitution के अंदर एक लिस्ट है जहाँ पे वो बताते हैं कि हर एक टायर पे जो गवर्नमेंट है all the levels they can make laws on. In addition, the constitution also specifies where each tier of government can get the money from for the work that it does. From where they can get the money so that they can work. Under federalism, the state are not merely agents of the federal government but draw their authority from the constitution as well. All persons in India are governed by laws and policies made by each of these levels of government. तो हमें एक समझ में आ गया कि एक संघवाद कहते हैं ना, द फेडरल प्रिंसिपल और सिस्टम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट जो होता है, एक सिस्टम होता है गवर्नमेंट का, दैट इज नोन एज फेडरलिज्म. नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. The different tiers of government that you just read about consist of representatives who are elected by the people. अब ये जो गवर्नमेंट वर्क करता है वो लोगों से चलता है, और एक गवर्नमेंट जो है वो उसके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स दे आर इलेक्टेड बाय द पीपल दैट यू हैव लर्नड अर्लियर. We have seen people for standing in line like this for voting so that they can select their leaders. Constitution of India guarantees universal adult suffrage for all citizens. When they were making the constitution, the members of the Constituent Assembly felt that the freedom struggle had prepared the masses for universal adult suffrage and that this would help encourage a democratic mindset and break the clutches of traditional caste. Class and gender hierarchies. This means that the people of India have a direct role in electing their representative. Also, every citizen of the country, irrespective of his or her social background, can also contest in election. These representatives are accountable to the people, and that you will read in further chapters. You can see that Indian Constitution guarantees universal adult suffrage. It means that people elect their representatives directly and also contest in election. They also vote and they select their representative, and the elected representatives are accountable to the people, means they are answerable to the people because they are selecting them. Now we'll see next feature, that is separation of powers. According to the constitution, there are three organs of government. These are legislature, executive and judiciary. The legislature refers to our elected representative, मतलब जो हमने elect किए हैं वो representative को include करते हैं वो. The executive है वो smaller group of people who are responsible for implementing laws and running the government. जो laws implement करते हैं and they run the government. And the judiciary is of which you will read more in unit 3 of this book. Refers to the system of courts in this country, and judiciary is the court system. We will talk in next chapter. In order to prevent the misuse of power by any one branch of government, the constitution says that each of these organs should exercise different powers. Through this, each organ acts as a check on the other organs of government, and this ensures the balance of power between all the three. So they can balance it. See, we have three organs of government: legislature that makes law, executive which implements laws, and judiciary is the system of courts. The constitution states that each organ should exercise different powers. These ensures check and balance of power between all the three. They can check and balance all the powers between all these three organs of government. Now we'll talk about fundamental rights. See here in blue shade you can see fundamental rights are given. You will talk that right to equality, right to freedom, right to right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. See, every citizen of India has all this right. They can see right to equality means they are not discriminated on the basis of religion, caste or sex. Means a boy hai, girl hai, anything. They can go to all public places where a boy is going, then girls can also go. The untouchability practice, all these are removed, and so we have a right to equality. Right to freedom, that includes of speech, मतलब we can express our feelings and we can speak. We have a right to speak, we can move freely. Right to practice any profession, we can do any profession, occupation or business we want, is right to freedom. Then right against exploitation, if prohibits, the constitution prohibits human trafficking. If there is any human trafficking, forced labor, employment of children under 14 years of age, मतलब 14 years से जो कम है तो they are exploited, so there is right against exploitation. Then freedom of religion in our country, every person has the right to practice or profess or propagate the religion of their choice, मतलब उन्हें जो रिलीजन पसंद है वो फॉलो कर सकते हैं. वी कांट पुट एनी मार्क दैट यू हैव टू फॉलो दिस रिलीजन ओनली. Cultural and educational rights are also given to every individual, every citizen in our country in order to preserve and develop their own culture. खुद का culture वो develop कर सके, education ले सके, everything. So they have that right also. And constitutional remedies that allow citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated. If कोई भी वायलेंस हुआ है या there injustice हुआ है उनके साथ, तो they can go to the court and get justice. These are all are the rights, fundamental rights of a citizen. And last is secularism. A secular state is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the state religion. We will read more about this in the following चैप्टर। कोई भी स्टेट जो है वो ऐसे नहीं कह सकता है कि हम एक ही रिलीजन को फॉलो करें, बिकॉज एक ही स्टेट के अंदर बहुत सारे रिलीजन के लोग रहते हैं। तो जो हम सेक्युलरिज्म कहते हैं, धर्म निरपेक्षता, मतलब द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेपरेशन ऑफ द स्टेट फ्रॉम रिलीजियस इंस्टीट्यूशन। जो रिलीजन है उसको स्टेट से हम अलग रखते हैं, मतलब वो चीज़ इसमें इंक्लूड, मतलब मायने नहीं रखती है कि आपका कौन सा रिलीजन है, क्या है। The Constitution plays a crucial role in laying out the ideals that we would like all citizens of the country to adhere to, including the representatives that we elect to rule us. Just like in the game of football, a change of constitutive rule will affect the game. Indian Constitution has been amended over the years to reflect new concerns of the polity. Often a major change in the constitution means a change in the fundamental nature of the country. We saw this in the case of Nepal and how it needed to adopt a new constitution after it became a democracy. Democracy होने के बाद भी उन्हें कैसे constitution की ज़रूरत पड़ी, that they had to see. The different features of Indian constitution outlined above involve complicated ideas that are often not easy to grasp. Don't worry too much about this for the moment. In the rest of the book, as well as in your higher classes, you will read more about the different features of Indian constitution and you can understand more easily in future classes. Thank you.